Hi there, my name's Warren Poll and welcome to another episode of the 33 Shape vlog, which today is all about cold weather training. Not just surviving cold weather training, but quite literally thriving through your cold weather training, enjoying the winter. Putting those miles in the bank over the winter will make you a much stronger athlete in summer, but it can be a hard thing to do. What you need to do is approach winter and cold weather training in the correct way, which is why on this show we're going to be bringing together the best tips that we've ever pulled together from sources like the Royal Marines, Navy SEALs and elite athletes, so that you can take your winter training to a new level and totally smash your goals next year. Because at 33 Shape, that is all we are about. Making you the best possible athlete you can be, making your life as good as it can be. And we do that by sharing all this information through this vlog, through our podcast, through our blog and other places, information that can help you be the best you can be. And also we do it in store at 33shape.com with our groundbreaking natural sports nutrition products. With that said, let's get into the show. Because as endurance athletes, whether you're a runner, whether you're a cyclist, whether you're a triathlete, your natural training habitat, our natural training habitat, it's outside. We're not like those gym rats who, funnily enough, hide in the gym. We're not spending our entire life on turbo trainers or doing yoga in a studio or whatever it might be. You might bring some of that stuff in, but really where it counts and where it all goes down on race day is outside. And outside is a tougher place to be during the winter. But like I said in the intro, the miles you can put in over winter, there's a great quote we saw from someone recently saying that literally 1 mile of running in winter is worth 2 miles of running in summer, which sounds a little bit trite, but actually it's true because you need that much more mental toughness to get out during the winter. When it comes to summer, it's easy. Everyone can get out on their bike on a sunny day. Have you got the grit to do it on a cold winter's morning? That's kind of what we're going to be addressing in this video, because frankly it's a big performance upgrade that's on offer for anyone who can keep their training going through winter. You're not necessarily looking to smash PBs, you're not looking to put out huge volume, but what you do want to do is maintain a consistency so that you're not picking up in the new year having lost a ton of fitness and base level throughout the winter. Keep it going. Don't aim for anything crazy, just look at that consistency, and then if you want to build from there you can, but you're going to be so in the pocket for performance in the new year. So the first tip, and this one is straight from the Royal Marines, the tip is this: be bold, start cold. It's a bit of a mantra in the Royal Marines, and one that I was fortunate enough to pick up when I did spend some time training with them in the Arctic, which was really bloody cold, funnily enough. But the thing is here, you'll have seen it in colder races or in colder training sessions. There's always that person who's stopping after 10 minutes because they're wearing too many clothes. It's a very natural thing to do. You put on a ton of stuff because it's cold, or you expect it to be cold, you look outside and you put on too many clothes, and within 10 minutes you're wearing too many layers. Think about this in advance. The simple point from the Royal Marines here is to dress for the temperature you're going to be at when you're going. So you're dressing to be in the right clothes 10 minutes, 15 minutes into your session once you're warmed up. Not to be in the right clothes on the start line. If you're in the right clothes on the start line, you're too hot 10 or 15 minutes in and you lose that rhythm. So accept, you're going to be a bit chilly to start with, but at 10, 15 minutes, you're just going to power on through. Particularly in endurance events when the weather isn't good. This is always a great time to pick up a load of places in the first 10 or 15 minutes because everyone else has stopped because they're wearing too much and they're getting changed. So there we go. That's number one. Number two is one and one is none. This is not some weird riddle. This comes from former US Navy SEAL Jocko Willink. A man who is as hard as nails and whose entire Instagram feed is basically populated with pictures of his watch between 4 and 5 a.m. and the hashtag up before the enemy. He has literally hundreds of thousands of followers for that. Very serious guy, but the point that he's making with 2 is 1 and 1 is none is that when you have 2 of something, if one breaks, you have a backup. If you only have 1 of something, then when that breaks, you have nothing. What does this mean for your cold winter training? What it means is that you need to make sure you've got backup plans out there. Because let's say you've been bold, you've started cold, you're going out in the right amount of gear you need for your operating temperature, and everything is going perfectly. You're out on the bike, you're out on the run. But let's just say you're as far as you're going to be from home, you get a puncture or you turn an ankle, whatever it is. Okay, what is your extraction plan? How are you getting out of there? Because now you're not moving and now you're sweaty, you're going to be very cold very quickly. And depending on quite how cold it is, that cold might actually lead to very serious problems or hypothermia, depending on how remote you are or whatever, how extreme the conditions may be. So, what is your extraction plan? How do you get out of there? This can be really simple. A charged up mobile phone. I'm going to phone someone to come and get me. Now make sure that if you do that, you're going to put your phone in a freezer bag or something so it's waterproof, because if it starts raining while you're out and your phone goes down, that's like having no phone. Do you have any spare clothing? For example, maybe you know that, well, actually, if it goes wrong during this run, I can get a bus, or I can, down the hill, there's a nearby village and I'll be able to get a cab from there, whatever it is. Do you have any spare clothes to put on, whether it's a lightweight base layer or a waterproof top layer? Hats and gloves are brilliant extra layers for just that instant warmth and very easy to carry. What are your backup plans? Make sure there's something in place. And work it on the worst case scenario of how far away are you going to be from home or warmth, and how are you going to get back there. This one I love. Tip number 3. The first rule of not getting cold is don't get cold. And again, this sounds stupidly simple, but this comes from the legendary French ultramarathon runner Sébastien Cheniot. Super cool guy, multiple podiums at the UTMB. I believe he won the Lavaredo Ultra Trail, and he may even have won the Hard Rock 100. But serious performer, and met him at several races and got this gem from him. The point is, when you are getting cold during your run or your ride or your workout or whatever, then if you're going to be out much longer, don't wait to get warm. Don't wait to put that extra layer on. When it's raining, don't wait before you stop and put a waterproof jacket on if you're out on the bike, whatever it is, because once that cold is seeping in, once you're really getting cold, it's too late. So when you start feeling the cold and you know that you're out for a while, get that extra layer on. First rule of not getting cold, don't get cold. Tip number 4. Brilliant one for your cold weather training. Turn on the cold tap. And what this means is quite literally cold showers. So this is not some weird public school ritual. And whereas ice baths are a popular thing in a lot of sports, or plunge pools, or you go out to Sweden, Norway, Finland, it's very popular to have a big sauna, roll around in the snow, come back in. Really doesn't need to be that involved. What we're talking about here is have your normal shower in the morning, as in hot, but at the end of the shower, flip it right the way around to cold as it'll go, and give yourself, say, 30 seconds. Why do you want to do this? Well, exposure to cold like this, particularly off the back of hot, has huge and very well proven benefits. Benefits include you can change your body composition to get an increased proportion of brown fat. This is the type of, whereas it sounds quite disgusting, this is the type of body fat that actually keeps you warm. You find people in the Arctic, they often have a little more brown fat. A lot of cross-channel swimmers, for example, will naturally promote this adaptation through repeated exposure to cold water. So all it means is it's not going to make you fatter. What it's going to do is make the fat that you have better at keeping you warm. Also, you're going to improve your body's ability to fuel from fat, which makes you a much more efficient aerobic machine and really helps your overall nutrition and performance. You're going to decrease inflammation in the body. That's a good thing, not just on the sort of surface level of sore joints, sore muscles. You're going to reduce that soreness, but we're talking about real systemic inflation, which is the kind of thing that will encourage or make you more prone to sickness and disease. So bringing that down within the body, very good idea, helps the immune system. You're also going to maybe help yourself sleep a little better. So we've got huge benefits. I mean, just the sleep bit on its own. Sleep is effectively where you are going to do 99% of your recovery. Recovery is what makes us fitter. Training breaks us down. Recovery is where we actually gain any benefit from that training. So just a small improvement on your sleep has a massive knock-on benefit to your overall health and performance. You get all of this simply by flipping that cold tap for 30 seconds in the morning. Now, there might be some of you who are thinking, yeah, I don't care how good that list of benefits is. I'm just not interested. This sounds too masochistic and miserable. I can say that having done this daily for 2 years now, it's a total walk in the park. And the thing that really helped me, I read all the benefits, I tried it a couple of times, it was cold. And bear in mind, I'm not living in like, I don't know, some boiling hot country or California or anything like that. You do hear people sometimes talking about the benefits of this cold therapy, and you realise they live somewhere pretty hot most of the time. No, I spend most of my time in Northern Europe, based in London. I've done this in the Pyrenees in January, just as much as I've done it in California in the summer. But you really want that nice bite of cold water. The thing that I think can really help get you over the barrier to getting into doing this is having the idea that it isn't going to make you cold. And what I mean by that is your core temperature will be unaffected. So on the surface, you are going to feel cold. We have this like mental, it's cold, you're going to get a natural reaction. But if you actually just take it calmly, focus on your breathing, and just get yourself under that cold shower after the hot, it'll take your breath away a little at the start. But honestly, 30 seconds of that, doesn't matter how cold it is or how cold you were or are before, your actual body temperature is not going to change at all. Your core temperature will remain totally unaffected. So that's it. Huge benefits on the cold stuff. If you're interested in finding out more about this, the guy you need to check out is Wim Hof, W-I-M, first word, and Hof, H-O-F, surname. Wim Hof is a very extreme performer, and he has taken his body and his tolerance of cold and also the mastery of his mind over his body to very extreme levels. He's not some crazy illusionist. He's a genuine guy who's just really pushed this and makes the point that kind of anyone could do it if they had the drive that he does. So yeah, if you're interested in the whole cold therapy thing, Wim Hof is the place to take it a step further. But in the short term, just blast yourself 30 seconds under the cold shower a day. You will grow to love it, I promise you. And it has a huge host of performance benefits, costing you nothing. In fact, even actually saving you money over the cost of a hot shower. Number 5, training tip 5, fuel the fire. What am I talking about here? Simple fact, you are going to burn a lot more calories when it's cold than when it's hot. Your body is running its boiler to keep itself hot. You're breathing in all this cold air, which is cooling you down. It's also helping you be a more efficient athlete, because just like a race car will go quicker, say a 24-hour Le Mans race car, they go quicker at night, the coldest point of the night, than they do during the day, because that cold air is denser. You're getting more of it in, you're getting more oxygen per lungful of air. But the most important thing is that this training is going to make you hungry. As an example, how much more will you burn? Well, let's say you were training in the Arctic with the Royal Marines, then they're going to base a standard Marines calorie output on standard male calorie requirements, which is give or take 2,500 a day as a yardstick. That goes up to 8,000 for a Marine working outdoors in the Arctic during the day. So don't be shy of ladling on plenty of extra food. Just make sure that you ladle on plenty of nutrient-dense food. This doesn't need to be anything weird. Fruit, vegetables, nuts, seeds, whether you're throwing nuts and seeds into soups, whether you're throwing extra veg into your chili, whether you're throwing extra herbs and spice into your curry, doesn't matter what it is, pile on the food and don't be shy of eating it. And if you do need the biggest hit of nutrients for your hardcore training through winter, then why not check out our 33 shake pre and post workout shakes, because that's exactly what they deliver. Anyway, that's quite enough from me, so I am going to shut up now. Hope you've enjoyed that, and that allows you to really raise your game this winter and enjoy winter, so that you can fly into the spring and the summer with a load of new PBs waiting for you. If you want to find out more about 33 Shake or connect with us, then remember you will find us on all of the social channels. The links are in the show notes below, or you can email us directly on contact@33shake.com. And if you're in the market for the very best in sports nutrition for your running, your cycling, or your triathlon, then why not check us out? You'll find us, funnily enough, at 33shake.com.